Hi, welcome to Lynn's Recipes. Today I wanted to make some red velvet cookies. Now I've made these cookies before, but they were from a red velvet cake mix, and I had somebody ask me to make them from scratch because they were unable to get the red velvet cake mix in their country. So I found this recipe and I decided that I would make it because they requested it. They wanted to make them for their mother's birthday. So here are the ingredients that you'll need to make the red velvet cookies from scratch. You'll need butter, white sugar, brown sugar, an egg, vanilla, red food coloring, heavy cream. You'll need all-purpose flour, salt, baking soda, cocoa powder, and these are white chocolate chips, but you can use the dark ones if you choose. I'm just decided to use white since that's what I used in my original recipe with the cake mix. You'll also need some cookie sheets that you've lined with parchment paper. I've preheated my oven to 375 degrees, and now I'll show you how to get started on the cookies. I've put my stick of butter, the half a cup, in the mixing bowl. And to get the complete amounts of all of these ingredients, I'll have it listed underneath this video in the information box. Or you can go to my website and it'll be on there. The butter's in the mixing bowl. I'm adding the sugars. That's the white sugar and the brown sugar. And now I'm going to cream this together real well. Okay, that's creamed together pretty good. Now I'm going to lift this for a second, and now I'm going to add my egg, my heavy cream, my vanilla, and my red food coloring. I'm going to lower this down, and I'm going to continue to beat. Okay, that's mixed pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is lift that up for a minute, and I'm going to take my flour, I'm going to mix my baking soda and salt, and my cocoa powder. This is unsweetened cocoa powder. I'm just going to take a little whisk and mix this all together. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this into my mixture. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to start this on low so flour doesn't fly all over the kitchen, and then we're going to continue to beat this well. Okay, I'm going to add my chips and just let those mix in for a minute. Just stir it real slowly. Okay, that looks good. So I'm going to take my beater off in my bowl. Make sure it's all mixed in from the bottom of the bowl. Sometimes it needs a little bit of a stir at the end. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my ice cream scoop and I'm going to start scooping out and put it on my baking sheet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put them in my oven for 10 to 12 minutes. The cookies are done, and this is what they look like right out of the oven. So what I'm going to do now is let them sit on the cookie sheet for a couple of minutes before I put them on a cooling rack to completely cool. Okay, I'm going to put my cookies on this cooling rack right here to cool completely before we serve them. Okay, so here are my red velvet cookies, and I've put them on a little plate. Now I will tell you that if you want your cookies to be a little bit more red than this, You can add more food coloring. For every teaspoon of food coloring that you do add, you need to decrease your heavy cream by a teaspoon so that the liquid proportions in the recipe come out right. Or you could use a gel paste, which is much more concentrated than the liquid food coloring. So these are the red velvet cookies. I hope you enjoyed them.